Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Push Radio's most anticipated main event, Ringside ATL, your number one source for verbal fisticuffs and black love, wellness, and support. I'm your host, Tre Amazing, part-time stripper, part-time pastor, but full-time dating commentator. Seated next to me, bringing the heat in these streets, is the incomparable titan of Tung Fu, the Golden Gloves griot herself, Miss Kimelia. What's up, everyone? This is Ringside ATL, brought to you by Push Radio. I am Tre Amazing, and I'm joined with Kimelia.
Hi.
Right here. And today, we want to break something down for you guys, okay? We're going to bring it to you like this, okay? And you've heard this before, but we're going to parse out ourselves, okay? What is it about the bad girl? Right? I'm going to bring that again, okay? What is it about these bad girls out here that are making them much more marriage viable compared to the good girls? We got the good girls out here who are educated, they're God-fearing, they're going to church, they give to charity, they have all their ducks in a row. They have everything that they've been taught by their mothers and fathers of this is what a good woman is, this is what a man wants. You have all these women out here who are checking off these boxes, but for some reason, they're not getting chose. They're not getting chose, but check this out. But they in the pews at the weddings watching these bad girls, these women who, we could say some of them may have been promiscuous, or some of them may be covered head to toe in tattoos. Some of them may smoke weed. Some of them may do this. Some of them may do that. They may have multiple, may have 5 kids by 5, 6, 7, 8 different daddies. Somewhere that's possible, I know.
No, it's not.
But what is it about the bad girls? Because a lot of people are saying bad girls, they're getting married. What's up with that? What are the bad girls doing that these good girls aren't? Kimelia, break it down. Maybe I'm in the dark, maybe something I don't know, but, I want your take on this.
I don't like to break people down into categories as like good versus bad, but we do know that there are, guidelines that society, particularly men, have put in place. And one thing that I've always said is that women are born giving too many damns, and then we're conditioned to give more. So there's something refreshing about the woman, I think, that is just out there living her truth and just unapologetically being herself. It's why we love the Rihannas and the Cardi B's and stuff. Besides the fact that they're funny, we see a little bit of ourselves in these people, and you're just like, wow, I wish I was bold enough to wear that or say that, or, and I think people, men included, are definitely drawn to that authenticity. And even if he doesn't end up with the bad girl, he definitely is entertaining one somewhere, somehow.
So, for the people out there watching and listening, we want to be clear as far as what our definition of what we think a quote unquote bad girl is. So, as I said before, growing up, we naturally think the bad girl is the girl that we see wearing, the short, tight outfits. I think we've all had that experience. The girl that's wearing something really, really short, really, really tight, showing off everything, got her boobs pouring out her turtleneck, everything. You can see it all. The girls that you hear about that are sleeping around, or the girls that are, doing things that the good girls aren't doing. You may not see these bad girls in church, or you may not see them, may not always see them in class, but they're always the life of the party. They're always known. And as
they're
you
fun.
said, they can be fun. They can be entertaining.
People want to have fun.
But the optics, people think, okay, they may be fun. They may be a bad girl, but she wouldn't be someone you bring home to mama. But obviously, some men out here are taking these women home to mama. So the bad girl, what is it? Break down the DNA or from head to toe. What does a bad girl look like and behave like?
I think she just does what she wants to do. And sometimes it's not... I'm not sure.
Not sure? I mean... when we say bad girl, and of course, bad is subjective.
It's so subjective.
It's subjective. What I think bad, as a man, I'm thinking, okay, that's, she the bad girl. I wouldn't take her home to meet my parents. Not at all. But hey, she's a great time. Definitely when the guys come over, bring her around because she's going to bring her other friends who are also bad girls. They're going to be fun, but not necessarily future, not somebody you want to settle down and have children with. But these women that's getting settled, they're settling down and having kids.
Yeah, I think...
Is it that there are, more authenticity there? Are they open books? You know what you're getting?
Open book thing. You know what you're getting because we all know people that look good on paper, but in your DMs, it's a whole other story. There's quite a few Facebook preachers that, are in friends' inboxes like, hey, so, what are you doing tonight? But, to the world, right, to the world, they're loving husbands and fathers and, leaders in a church or whatever.
Pastors.
And there is something almost kind of relieving about knowing what somebody's flaws are up front. I think that is one of the reasons that a lot of nice guys finish last, because really women see that you're not a nice guy. You're checking off nice boxes, hoping that there's a reward at the end. So you go for the person that is kind of showing you all their cards. And, there's a beauty and a rawness in that I think people are starting to take as not such a bad thing anymore.
Definitely not a bad thing. I mean, you meet somebody, you find them attractive, and they may have things going on that other people may, not like so much, or may try to pull you to the side and say, hey, if I were you, I wouldn't do this. But what do you do if this person who your friends or your family or society says may not be a good fit for you, but you get along with the person? Okay. You two have chemistry. You dig each other's personality and you have a great time when you're around one another. So what do you do when you are with someone who makes you feel good, but society says they're bad, right? It happens. It happens. It keeps happening. We're seeing it more and more. Hey, I'm getting the wedding invitations. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Something's happening.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they're putting it down right, or maybe they're just, like you're saying, the authenticity, that rawness. Maybe it's captivating to the point where people can see beyond stereotypes and, whatever society says. But hey, we're going to come back. We're going to delve into round 2. Don't go anywhere. Please stay tuned. This is Ringside ATL, brought to you by Push Radio, and we'll be right back. If you got fast acting dial-up, make sure you find us on the interweb at ipushradio.com. Round 2, everybody. Round 2. This is Ringside ATL, brought to you by Push Radio. And today we're trying to figure out and understand why the bad girls are getting married and the good girls are just sitting in the pews. What's going on? Society says to the women, you got to be good. You got to get educated. You got to go to church. You got to be articulate. You got to wear certain clothing. You got to look a certain way if you want to find yourself a good quality man. But what happens when the bad girls are doing the exact opposite, and they're the ones walking down the aisle, right? They're the ones calling you like, you need to be in my wedding, not your wedding, my wedding. What's going on? So, Kimelia, check this out. What do you do? Well, as a man, let me put it to you like this. As a man, we're taught, find yourself a good girl. Find you that girl that you want to bring home to mama, right? This is the type of woman you want to bring home to your parents. She's got to look this way. She got to go to this school. She got to pledge this sorority. She got to go to this church. She got to do this, do that, and the third. And that's all fine and dandy. But what happens when you come across that bad girl who allows you to be your authentic self, because she's her authentic self. She's raw. She's an open book. You have fun together. You have all your chemistry is just dynamite when you're with this person. But this person, in the person that you've been socialized to believe would be a good wife, what do you do?
I think you have one of 3 choices. You either say, F it, and you be yourself and they can be themselves and you two can be in love.
Just say, I think the effort is a great start.
That's a great start. Or
that's always good. That's always
you
good.
You can
beginning.
also do what I think a lot of men love to do, which is make this person a project.
A project.
Yeah.
A project chick.
I think, what did somebody say to me recently? They said it's kind of like having like a 69 Mustang. There are a few dents and scratches, but, you shine them up and you take them out and everybody is like, ooh, look what, you've got. I will say I'm not necessarily a fan of the Trumps, but Melania looks good in her suits.
Well, I'm with that. I mean, I'm certainly a fan of 69, so I think we can go with that. But check this out. Another theory is, do you think sometimes maybe it's the fact that they're rebels? Some people may feel like, well, this person, like you're saying, may just give a finger to society as far as, society's expectations about what a woman is supposed to be, a good girl is supposed to be, and they just do their own thing. They chart their own course and they find their own path and they just say, F it, I'm going to do my own thing. Is that rebel quality, can that be a turn on for some people? Because, somebody who does their own thing and not, follow the herd, how can that not be attractive?
It's definitely attractive for sure.
Right.
Yeah. It's a thing. I don't know what gets that person to the next step as far as marriage, but the initial I can see that snagging somebody. I've definitely fallen for it a few times.
I mean, a lot of people have. It's not just, you and I. I mean, this is something that is social conditioning. I mean, finding you a good woman. I've been told that, I grew up with parents that said, find you a good woman and settle down. But what is a good woman? And why can't we settle down with the bad girls if we get along with the bad girls?
Which one is your favorite?
Well, bad girls are fun.
Okay. But as far as like who you would marry, what kind of woman do you see yourself being with?
Can she be good in public and bad in the bedroom?
I mean, would you ask somebody that is bad to change how they are in public or,
Just change clothes, but in the bedroom, but...
Well, bad doesn't just mean like clothing, right?
For me, I'm like, okay, that whole...
It could be that unfiltered person.
Yeah.
If you fell in love with the fact that they are so raw in their speech or whatever, you might ask them to tone it down a little bit. But, do you want them to completely flip and change who they are when you're out in public? Or
can the neurosurgeon, go to a medical conference with Cardi B on his arm? I would. But then again, I love Cardi B, so I take her anywhere.
Her too. Yeah.
So that's my baby. I mean, Offset just holding it for but it's all good. I ain't mad at that.
Right.
But I just know that we're conditioned to believe this, that you're supposed to get the good girl because the good girls have all the qualities that you want in a wife, supposedly. But we all know, just like you were saying, some guys may think they're nice guys, some girls may think they're nice girls,
but they're really not.
You're really not. You're not.
You're nice on paper.
You're nice. Your resume may look fly, but up front, you're not it. Or you might not be it for me. You might not be it for this other person. But we keep talking about, or we keep seeing bad girls who are getting it. Bad girls are getting the ring. So we're trying to figure that out. We're trying to get to an understanding of what the bad girls are doing. What is the quality, the leading quality, and why so many men are being drawn to them, not only for fun, but also matrimony. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna proceed into round 3 after we pay some of these bills. But check this out. We're not going anywhere. You need to stay tuned. We're talking about bad girls getting married. You want to come in on this, all right? Check it out. If you got fast acting dial-up, make sure you find us on the interweb at ipushradio.com. Round 3, everybody. Round 3. We made it, okay? This is Ringside ATL, brought to you by Push Radio. And we are talking about bad girls getting married and the good girls sitting in the pews. What's going on? What are they doing that the bad girls aren't doing, and vice versa? The bad girls are getting married, right? Okay? Look, we're in this society where you're told, hey, you got to be a good girl. You got to do this, and the third to get yourself a good man. But these men, they go into the bad girls. Why? Because they're fun, they're exciting, they're stimulating. They're a pleasure to be around. They're an open book, and they're the ones getting proposed to and walking down the aisle. So I wanted to bring up an example that we were talking about on the break, right? So you see a beautiful Black love couple, Devon Franklin and Megan Good, right? They are a Hollywood couple. I mean, they look great. Everyone knows Megan Good from all her previous movies. She's done a lot. Devon Franklin, he is a pastor. He's been a producer, a director, the whole shebang bang, okay? Looks great on paper, but like I said, he is a pastor, you know, kind of like me. It's all good. I ain't on that level yet, but I'm coming for you, Devon, but that's a different story. But these two are on social media. They catch a lot of flack, particularly Megan Good, because a lot of people think that they are not equally yoked, or Megan Good doesn't fit the archetype of a first lady. You know, I don't know if people are judging her from her movie roles, or I don't know if it's her persona or how she carries herself, whatever, but it seems like they are a constant target. Kimelia, you feel me? Do you understand? Have you seen this?
I've definitely seen a video of where a woman in the church stood up and said to Megan that, you know, she needed to put clothes on, and Devon was sitting right there, and I thought that was super ugly of her to do. Megan's a beautiful girl. I think anybody would be attracted to her. She may be bad as far as like her dress, you know, according to mainstream standards, but I think, you know, we can kind of all see that sweetness there, you know, when she speaks in her interviews and stuff. And I'm sure that's what Devon saw and was ultimately drawn to. And I think other women are just mad at that because they weren't being themselves. And I'd be mad too if I spent my whole life just checking off boxes, you know, not for myself, but for society, and it didn't work. It's kind of like, you know, you do all these things to get a certain job. You go to school, you get the good grades, have the high GPA, participate in all the organizations and stuff that they tell you to. And then you get to the job, and the person that, you know, barely made it out of high school gets the same pay and position that you wanted, you know, but obviously there's something about that person that we can't see. Maybe they put in work in other ways. And, you know, if you did school and all that for you instead of just for that one job, then, you know, there's nothing really to be mad about because there's another job out here, you know, for you. But if you really wish that you were that person that just made it out of school and did what you wanted to do, I can see why you're jealous or angry because you're like, I could have actually been enjoying myself.
There's a lot of mad people out here, okay? You know? They're sounding off on social media. We're seeing in the comments, people are upset. They're upset with the Making Goods. They're upset with all these women out here who, you know, don't have the same or didn't check off the same boxes as them. So they feel like, well, you know, where's my return? Where's my reward? Yeah. I did this and the third. Where's my...
And you did it for the wrong reasons if you're looking for a return or a reward, especially, you know, when you're talking about another person.
Right.
You know, people aren't prizes to be won.
So, I mean, I think that, you know, we barely touched on this a little bit. Some people just naturally have a certain, you know, how does the French say, je ne sais quoi, as they say? Did I say that right?
You did.
All right. Okay.
It wasn't quite
Frenchy,
but, you know.
All right. Check off that box. So some people just naturally have a great, you know, some people's personalities are just that endearing, right? I mean, personality, even you brought up the example about getting a job, because that's certainly happened to me. You can have all these quote unquote qualifications and have the right image, and then someone else can just shoot right past you and grab the job that you thought was destined for you. And they may not have your same level of, you know, education, work experience, whatever the case may be, but maybe their personality, maybe they're more relatable, maybe they're more likable, maybe they're fun to be around, maybe they
did their 10,000 hours instead of, you know,
something.
Taking the school route. You know, we don't know what that person went through, what they did. You know, maybe they're taking less than you. We don't know. But, yeah.
It's not always just a straightforward. It's not always wrapped neatly, you know, perfect. You know, people get married. Some people don't. A lot of people are trying to figure out, well, what is it I got to do to get married? Why? And I think another issue is, and people aren't addressing this, is stop comparing yourself to other people. Okay, you need to run this race, run your own race. If you see somebody else getting married or somebody else finding love and you feel like, hey, they didn't put in as much work as you or they didn't do everything, don't worry about them. Okay, worry about yourself, right? These men know what they're doing. They're proposing to the women that they want to settle down with, they want to spend the rest of their lives with. Okay, maybe that woman, she might not be picture perfect or she may not look like your quintessential first lady of the church.
But she's herself.
She's herself. She's raw. She's unpretentious. Maybe she's great, has a great personality. Maybe she's easy to talk to. Who knows? Maybe she doesn't come with entitlements. It could be, it's a long litany of reasons why, the quote unquote bad girl
is winning.
She's winning. Bad girls, y'all winning. Y'all getting the gold out here. Okay. It's literally. Whatever the formula is, whatever you guys are doing, it's working. All right. So I think we've arrived to a point where we can no longer place these guarantees or these thoughts of guarantees on young ladies. Like, if you do this, then you'll definitely find Mr. Right or, your ideal husband, because we're seeing time and time again that ain't happening. Mm-hmm. Happening for some. I'm not saying that it's not working, but it's not working to the effect where it's across the board and it's working out for everybody. Because some people out here losing. Some people are not getting what they want. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Hey, she said it. I'm right. All right. That's what I'm talking about. This time. Right. Okay. We're going to come back to that. But I'm just saying, everybody, you need to find, your definition of what's right for you. And if it's in contrast with what society says or what your parents taught you or programmed you, you to believe growing up, that's okay. That's okay. Can they hold it down? Can they talk to you? Can you talk to them? Can you have fun? Can you see being in a marriage and raising a family with this person? They don't always have to fit a certain template or fit neatly in a perfect box.
Nope.
Unnecessary. Doesn't need to happen. But bad girls, I salute you. Whatever you're doing, I don't care. It doesn't matter how you dress, your tattoos, you're smoking, or whatever the case may be. Society may say you're bad. I think you're good. All right. Kimelia, you got any final thoughts? Because I'm almost spent.
No final thoughts.
No final thoughts. All right. Well, let's
be
not.
yourself and be visible. I think that's a big part
that
of
is,
it too.
Yes. Can't be invisible. You need to be visible. Invisibility is not a great quality. You can't be seen, right? You need to fix that. Okay. Bad or good, you need to be seen out there. So everybody, thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. This is Ringside ATL, brought to you by Push Radio. And we will see you next time. All right, family, don't forget to find Ringside Group on Facebook and make sure you join in on all the fiery debates daily. Also, follow us on IG at iPushRadio. And if you got fast-acting dial-up, make sure you find us on the interweb at iPushRadio.com. And lastly, do your sex and marriage life a favor and find all audio shenanigans of Ringside ATL on SoundCloud, iTunes, as well as the website iPushRadio.com. As always, this is Tre Amazing and Miss Kimelia signing off, and we'll catch y'all on payday.